God. If there is such a thing as the most important word in the English language, then many would assuredly claim it to be this. What is today the English name of the Christian deity was before a word for any given divinity. This word, or rather family of cognates, is, however, distinctly Germanic, and differs markedly from other Indo-European words for deity. The word deity is, as it happens, a good place to begin. One of many French loanwords of ultimately Latinate origin, deity reflects a far more frequent tendency among Indo-European languages than our Germanic words God, Gott, etc. do. Deity is derived from the Latin deus, related to Sanskrit deva and Baltic dievas, among a host of others. These words all derive from the Proto-Indo-European word deivos, meaning God. This comes from the Proto-Indo-European root dieu, meaning sky and heaven, and also gives rise to the names of many specific gods. First among them is the Proto-Indo-European sky father, Deus Bechter, who begat a host of sky gods. Closest to his own name is the Roman Jupiter, or Jupiter, and there is also the Greek Zeus and the Proto-Germanic Tiwaz, the precursor to the Old Norse Tyr and the Old English Tiu. But wait a minute, the Germanic theonyms are entirely unrelated to this etymology, right? Well, that was not always the case. The lengthy relationship and distinction between the Tiwaz lineage and its cousins deserves its own video altogether, and can't be covered at length here, but suffice it to say that this god received his name from a generic term for any divinity, derived from the same deivos root. This process of semantic shift between the generic term for any given divinity into the name of a specific god seems, therefore, to be very common. It also appears to tend in this same direction each time. Examples include the Old English God to Modern English God, Latin Deus to Italian Dio, Proto-Germanic Tiwaz to Old Norse Tyr. So where then do our modern Germanic words for deity come from? To find this out, we'll have to climb all the way back up the linguistic family tree to Proto-Indo-European once more, and meet the root word kill. Proto-Indo-European was very fond of deriving words from verbal roots, and kill exemplifies this. It means to pour. Now, some of you may be completely at a loss as to how on earth a verb meaning to pour became the word for the supreme being and creator of the universe. But those of you familiar with Indo-European religion may see where this is going. In the practice known as libation, pagans would pour liquid offerings to their gods as part of sacrificial rituals. This is frequently referenced in ancient Greek literature, in particular, as a pagan practice for honouring the gods. And while libations were being poured, the name of the god would be invoked. The combination of keu with the verbal adjectival suffix tos to make tos results in libation made to an idol. There is an alternative theory that this is not the etymology for God at all, and that rather it comes from a notion of one who is invoked. From tos, a semantic inference was made to one to whom libations are made, a shift which adjectives frequently make where they invade the territory of nouns by this process of inference. By the time we reach Proto-Germanic, Ruvin, the word had finally begun to reach its modern meaning, that is, a god or a deity. It is not until the Christian era, however, that this humble upstart would replicate the trajectory of its Dieu-derived counterparts and become the name of God. One of the most weird and wonderful things about linguistics is the truly strange shifts in meaning that can take place between words, where a Greek word for a pot and the English word for the supreme being and divine creator can share an ultimate origin. Thank you very much for taking the time to listen to me today. If there's one thing to expect from this channel, then it is eclecticism, as I believe there are too many topics of interest to talk about to limit myself to only one. So I hope to see you in the next video, whatever it is.